As the nation celebrated the Platinum Jubilee back home, there was far less conviviality inside the England dressing room here on Saturday. Gareth Southgate tried his best to lessen the damage caused by his team's loss to Hungary in their first Nations League fixture, insisting results like this are inevitable on the road to Qatar 2022. England have no friendlies between now and their first World Cup group game against Iran on November 21, so the head coach has no other option but to experiment in these Nations League. As hard as he might try to take the Nations League seriously, he has bigger fish to fry with the World Cup. Little more than 5. I knew going into this block of 4 games that you run the risk of some results that might hurt, said South. But I have to look at the bigger picture and ignore the inevitable that comes with defeats and take what I will learn from it going into Qatar. We have not got friendlies to try it, so we have to do it in these games. We are trying to find a balance of changes, to find out about people, because we have only had 2 matches in the last 6 months, and you know that across the 4 games we have got a lot of players, particularly at the back, who are coming back from injuries with only 1 league game at the end of, and some players we need to know more about. Of course, the ideal is to develop players, play well and win games. You have to accept that if you are to try to do the first part, then there is a risk on some of the other bits, and yes, that is a difficult. We do not have a 38-game league where you are working with the players all of the time, so if I don't try some of the players in these sorts of games, we either flog the team which has been more consistent and we know all about, and they fade at the end of these 4 games anyway, or we try to balance it by putting some players in with some players with experience around them, which hopefully gives them the best chance to succeed. It is hard to disagree, although there are many who will argue that winning in the here and now should always be the priority. The wider context of Southgate's World Cup blueprint should not absolve the team of blame following the loss in Budapest. England were tame, wilting on a blazing hot evening, but that was only a small part of the problem. This was not a smash-and-grab raid by the Hungarians. They were superior on the night. Southgate's decision to play with a back 5 against a team they defeated 4-0 in September left many scratching their. England's players should still have dispatched Hungary with minimal fuss, and their lack of application should concern Southgate ahead of Tuesday's clash against Germany. And when asked if fatigue was a factor, midfielder Calvin Phillips replied, "You could say so, but I don't want to use that. We've trained well over the last week or so while we've been together, and we had no reason to come here and not win the game, but we just couldn't put our chances away. They've got a very good team with very good players, and this result is very disappointing but we can't dwell on that now. We have to focus on the Germany game and look forward